Welcome to Friday Morning Dharma on September 19th. Let's begin with some meditation. Please settle into a comfortable meditation posture. Feel free to emulate the mountain as you settle in for meditation. The mountain is balanced, grounded, stable, with ancient wisdom awareness. Please bring your awareness to the crown of your head, to your scalp in particular, and I'd like you to allow at once all of the tiny muscles and nerves that support your scalp to become loose and completely relaxed. Please allow, please allow the tiny muscles and nerves across your forehead, the tiny muscles that support your eyebrows, and all of the muscles in your face to become soft and completely relaxed. Your facial muscles become so soft and relaxed that it might feel as though the pores of your skin are opening up now. Your mind starts to relax as your body is starting to relax. And for the remainder of our meditation this morning, I would invite you to bring your awareness not only to the words that you hear, but also to the silent gaps in between the words and in between the sentences. Please allow the muscles that support your jaw to become soft and relaxed. Just allow any tension that you might be carrying in your jaw to dissipate, to drain away completely, to dissolve into empty space, to dissolve into space like emptiness. Your jaw may start to feel a bit heavier now, and it takes a gentle and deliberate effort to keep your jaw from dropping open. Please allow the muscles in your neck and your throat to become soft and relaxed, as well as the muscles in your shoulders, arms, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers, all the way to your fingertips. And your hands now might feel a bit warmer and heavier as they rest in your lap. And your mind relaxes as your body relaxes. And continue to be aware of the silent gaps. The muscles in your chest become soft and relaxed. And your lungs are now able to perform perfectly and without effort their natural function of breathing. The muscles in your abdomen become soft and relaxed. The muscles in your back become soft and relaxed. The muscles in your legs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes, one by one, become completely soft and completely relaxed. The soles of your feet, even the muscles and nerves in the soles of your feet, even the tiny muscles and nerves at the tips of your toes, even your bodily fluids, even the marrow in your bones are all resting and relaxed. Your body is a mountain with consciousness now, balanced, grounded, stable, unmoving, unmovable, silently observing. Your mind relaxes completely now as your body is completely relaxed. And let yourself go. We can now engage in the meditation on the inner body. To accomplish this, please draw your awareness inside of your body and become aware of sensations. These sensations may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. No analysis is necessary. There's nothing to figure out. Just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a more tranquil, awakened state of awareness to emerge. complete liberation from all conceptual extremes, is the supreme monarch of views. Boundless vastness is the supreme monarch of meditations. Being directionless and utterly impartial is the supreme monarch of conduct. Self-liberation beyond expectation or hope is the supreme result or fruition. Now, please gently redirect your awareness once again. Become aware again of this collection of parts we've agreed to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths, becoming aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. We dedicate all of the merit, all of the positive energy from this morning's meditation and Dharma talk to world peace. May all beings without exception be completely free from all forms of emotional and physical suffering. May all beings without exception experience inner and outer freedom. May they be happy, peaceful, and contented. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back, friends. So, not sure if everybody had a chance to read the email I sent out yesterday, but I awoke to a surprise yesterday morning when I went to get on my bicycle to ride to 7 a.m. meditation, and my bicycle wasn't there. Maybe somebody borrowed it. I'm inclined to think it was probably stolen. It was locked, but not locked to anything, right? So I think somebody might have picked it up with the lock in place and took it off and carted it away. It's a really, really good um, event for us to examine ways that we can apply Dharma wisdom to the situation. Because it's not inconsequential, like practicing patient acceptance or some other form of Dharma. It's not completely inconsequential, like somebody driving in front of me, driving a car, didn't use their turn signal when they were turning left, like that. And at the other end of the continuum, it's not like, one of my loved ones didn't die, so it's kind of a middling event and a good opportunity to apply Dharma practice and Dharma view. So with that said, what do you guys think? Can you give me some Dharma practices or Dharma tools or Dharma views with which I can address, maybe pacify the mental pain that I'm experiencing from my bicycle being stolen? If so, feel free to unmute yourself and share away.
This is a little redundant, Jeff. It's grace.
Yeah.
But what have you been saying? All that arises ceases?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Absolutely. Impermanence. Impermanence of not only this possession, not only impermanence of the bicycle, but impermanence of my relationship with the bicycle. Right?
And I understand that fully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Good. Thank you, Grace.
You're welcome.
Jeff, I remember one time years ago, I was talking to you and I was, it wasn't a big thing, but I was kind of just irritated that someone had stolen something from a tree that I'd put something in a tree and someone had taken it. And it was kind of a nice thing. And I was telling I just said, "Oh, someone stole this." And you looked at me, you sat there and you just looked at me and you were being, like compassionately, but you didn't say anything. Like you didn't say that's too bad. You didn't say, oh, what a terrible thing that was stolen. You just you were showing me acceptance, and it really stayed with me.
I'm
So
glad I get that a lot, Tina. People expressing appreciation when I don't talk, you know.
yeah.
But Tina, you said it made you feel heard. I mean, what was it
Yeah,
about?
no, yeah, I felt heard, but I also realized that it was interesting that he didn't, because most people would be like, oh, that's too bad, and what a bummer, and you did this and the other. But Jeff was just like, he was just listening, and it made me rethink my reaction, is what it did. Like instead of going immediately to anger or something, I just thought, oh, maybe there's another way to approach this.
Maybe it kind of speaks to like the isness of the situation. It just is.
It just is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that, Tina. I'd
Well,
forgotten
thank you,
about
Jeff.
that.
That was a good lesson.
I'd forgotten about it until you mentioned it. Thank you.
Also, taking a deep breath and getting centered and trying to get into the no thought that you have us doing meditation, because
Mhm.
that's what it's for in real life too. Even though basically a terrible thing happened, I'm putting little quotes on that, to get centered and do that. And there's no judgment in anything, and you're just there.
Very, very helpful, Barb. And that is, I came up with a little list of, my own suggestions for myself to address the mental pain that I might be experiencing from this event. And the first one is what you just mentioned in so many words, Barb, and
Oh,
that
wow.
is to simply focus on something else, like your breath, bringing your awareness inside. And that might seem like to, focus on something else, kind of, it seems pretty simple. Can something so simple be effective?
But it
But
is.
it is. Allow me to remind you guys of the definition of anger. And this is a long one, a kind of a long definition, but a mind that focuses on an object, perceives it to be unpleasant, exaggerates its bad qualities, and wishes to be removed from the object, thinking that the object is the source of the perceiver's unhappiness. So in this case, the object is the event of my bicycle being stolen. Yeah. And then that definition of anger or aversion applies to it all. But go back to the very beginning, a mind that focuses on blah, blah, blah. So focus on something else, right? Focus on something else. Anything, it might not be a permanent fix, but it might prevent us from fixating on it and dwelling on it and just torturing ourselves with what has happened. Um, And, kind of a worldly statement, but I think there's some truth to it. Time heals all wounds. So they say, So, anyways, Jeff, just focus on something different. Focus on something besides, there are lots of things to focus on besides the fact that my bicycle was stolen. Um, what you kind of alluded to. Yes, yes, yeah, go ahead.
So what just comes to mind for me, I don't know the right words for it, but I see the individual as, they must be really in some sort of suffering, you provided quite an opportunity for them. And then I see that's what I see.
The person that stole the bike is really suffering, and this presents them an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
to relieve it, to maybe the bicycle will fill some need of theirs. That's very similar to the one that to the last thing on my list. And it's kind of the advanced practice, I think. And that is to my in my subjective view, but that is to have compassion for the person or people that stole the bicycle. Yeah. Can you imagine sort of what suffering they must be experiencing to go out in the middle of the night to steal something from someone else and then take it and break the lock off, do whatever they're going to do with it? And here's the big one. This is the really big one. The karma to which they are subjecting themselves as a result of this action. Um, in terms of karma, a tough future awaits them, for this theft. Because as you guys know, we talk about the results of actions being increasing. Like it starts as an acorn, but over time it grows into a giant oak tree. This person has some serious karmic consequences coming their way, and therefore they are deserving of compassion for sure. Thank you for that play. Thank you for that suggestion. So a couple of others. Oh my gosh, 3 minutes. Time flies. You guys have had such great contributions. Another one is just patiently accepting what is, right? Abandoning the notion that things should be other than what they are. The bike is gone, right? The bike is gone. For me to resist that is only going to subject myself to more suffering as a result. It's easy to say the words in the moment, not so easy to go to that default place. I think I think that our ability to accept what is and abandon the notion that things should be other than what they are is something that comes about first through meditation practice on patient acceptance. And then when the moment of difficulty arises, hopefully we'll immediately or quickly default to that place of things can't be other than what they are. It's, in other words, it's difficult, I think, for us to not have much practice in patient acceptance or meditation on patient acceptance. And then something bad happens, and oh, I'm going to flip a switch. Things shouldn't be other than what they are, can't be other than what they are. Kind of my experience is it doesn't work that way. Last practice that I want to or view that I want to propose to you is something that we meditate on all the time, or it's part of our meditation all the time. And that is this confused notion of me and mine. Frank's smiling. Were you gonna say that, Frank? Mine and not yours. Yep. Yep. This confused notion of self and other, me and mine, right? It's my bicycle. it's mine, not yours. That's a totally made up idea, that it's my bicycle, totally fabricated idea, you know. Um, Somebody could say, well, but it is, you paid money for that bicycle and you maintain it and you worked to earn the money to buy that bicycle. So it is yours. You can't say that it's not yours. That could be my view if I wanted it to be, but I feel fairly confident that it's going to cause me more suffering than saying, it wasn't really my bike. It's just kind of on loan to me. I really don't own anything. Yeah, I really don't own anything. So what's this basis for mine? What's this basis for me? Me. It's a it's just a made up idea like everything else. And so this thing that was on loan, somebody else has it now, and let's move on. Let's focus on something else. Yeah. So you guys,
Jeff,
901. Go ahead, Tina, please. You'll
well,
get
I
the
had
final
one
word.
question to think about, and that is Silver City is a very small place. What if you see someone riding your bike in town?
Right, right.
You
Let's
can think
talk
about
about
that.
that. Let's talk about that on Monday. I see
Okay.
somebody else riding what used to formerly known as my bike. What action, if any, should I take? Okay. Good. Great question, Tina. Great contributions, you guys. Thank you. Remember, the class night Buddhist activism for today's world tonight at 5:30 in person and live stream. Have a great day.
Bye, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
Jeff.
Bye.